Hello YouTube family, Greg D here, back with another DCUO video. And today we're going to be adding on to our little series of informative type videos, or I don't know if I necessarily want to call them advice, maybe some gentle encouraging. The coming back into 2025, coming back into the game in 2025 series that we've been doing here. Mainly too because I've been getting requests about this. So what we're going to talk about today is the importance of the omnibus and doing that, and what I think is the easiest way to get source marks, especially if you're leveling up your character or if you're coming back after a long time and want to catch up, blah, blah, blah. So first thing I will suggest you do as far as the omnibus is concerned, all you're going to do is you're going to come to your on duty tab. You're going to notice this right here, your omnibus. So there are solos, duos, alerts, raids. So basically what happens with the omnibus is, you're not really sure what you want to play. This will literally queue you up for all the solos, all the duos, all the alerts, all the raids, and will just randomly put you into something. Now, you will also notice that if you go into your journal, every week this will spawn up. So what happens is when you do a raid, you finish a raid, you'll go back to Steve Trevor in the House of Legends, and you will earn a cache, which usually it's one random base item. There might be tokens of merit in there. There's usually one collection piece. There's one piece of gear, and then there might be like an aura. There might be trying to think of what else, but that's usually what you get in the cache. It's usually one piece of gear, like I said, one base item, like a token of merit. Maybe it's like a compound omega, it might be like a catalyst from a random event or a random episode, that kind of thing. Plus, you'll notice that you get an extra 15 source marks. So not only do you get the 10 source marks from doing the actual raid, but you'll get the extra 15 once you go see Steve. Now, keep in mind that this is just once a week. So you only get the extra cash and the rewards once a week. So then you'll come over here, and if you look at the alert, you finish one alert in the omnibus, and you get 10 and another cash. And then as far as the solos and the duos, you have to finish 3. Usually you can knock that out within an hour or two, honestly. So then what happens is, because a lot of people will ask me, like, well, Greg, what do you do as far as like source marks and blah blah blah. So once you finish those, you can pretty much just, if you finish like all your daily stuff, your stabilizer fragmentation, the stuff that we talked about in the last video, you can come through here and let's just say, I spent all my source marks, I really need to catch back up on source marks. Well then, omnibus raid, don't forget, you get 10 source marks per raid that you do. So the other big way to get your source marks is to do your open world bounties. As you can currently see, I'm standing here in episode 47. All of the tier 6 worlds will have 3 open world bounties. What they are, they're basically open world bosses. Tier 5s usually have, so there's open world bounties. You'll see a lot of people running tier 5 and tier 6 open worlds. Tier 6 have 3 open world bosses per open world. Tier 5s are usually 2. Some of them have 3, but for the most part, the tier 5s are 2. And I actually did these last night. So basically, all you would do, in the case of episode 47, let's say, this is an open world bounty. Superman and Lex are both open world bounties. And a lot of times, too, if you're looking for a group, that's what the looking for group section of the chat is for. And a lot of times you'll notice that people are trying to find groups to run the bounties with, because you can knock them out. Now, it will take a while. It took me, I ran through all of the I ran through all of the tier 5 and tier 6 open world bounties last night. And it took me about 2 hours, I would say. And I had a group, but once you, again, we're just using episode 47 here as a example here. Then you're going to come over here, So the one open world bounty is going to be over here where there's tumblers. You have to defeat 200 here. Then over here in the next section, there's going to be a Brainiac Overlord thing, which he's not. Oh, he spawned up over there, right there. So that is one. And then in episode 47, on the top of the Hall of Justice, there's going to be another Brainiac thing right here, as you can see over there. So the nice thing about doing that, and as you can see from my inventory, I've got to open all these up. But every time that you complete an open world bounty, you get 8 source marks, 8 of the whatever currency that episode has, whether that be Casnia coins for the new one. In this case, would be the Bizarro samples. Episode 48 would have been the Coney coins. So you get 8 source marks, 8 pieces of whatever currency that is for that open world, that DLC. Plus, you get a loot cache, a large loot cache, which are usually better than the caches that you get from the daily rewards. So as you can see here, I literally ran through tier 5 and tier 6. I've still got to open all these. But here's what I want to show you. Now, of course, you guys won't know, but I had 668 source marks when I started yesterday. So between tier 5, tier 6, and the I forgot to do that open world. So I forgot to do the episode 48. So okay, but I ran all the new ones for the latest DLC. I did forget to run the open worlds for episode 48, so I'll have to go back and do that. But I literally earned, minus the elite raid that I did and the elite alert that I did from the new DLC. So we'll take that out. So that's 10, and that's what, like, how many you get, like, what, 5 or 6 there? So I earned between the tier 5, the tier 6, and the new DLC, I earned 400 source marks, essentially, for 2 hours of work. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours of work. And then add on the episode 48, that would be another 24, because you got to figure for each tier 5 open world bounty that there's 2 open world bosses. That means you're going to get 16 source marks per open world. You're going to get 24 for all of the tier 6 and tier 7s. So even if you just ran all of the tier 6 ones, I calculated that to be 240. So if you have a group, even if you don't, just go there. And a lot of times there will be people hanging out. If you're a hero, if you're a villain, it doesn't matter. Just complete it together. But that is literally the fastest and easiest way. And especially if you have replay badges, to reset these. So if you come over here, you can do these as much as you want. If you have the replay badges, which I don't. But you can come over here, and after you finish them all, if you want to, come back over here and talk to whoever, right? But you'll notice you can reset the mission for replay badges. I currently don't have any. But if you've saved up replay badges and you have a ton, and you want to redo, because a lot of times, don't forget too, that you will get feats for defeating certain open world bosses a certain amount of times. So if you just want to spam a particular open world and its bosses, try to get feats, try to get gear and source marks and currency, you can. It's easy. And it's really not that difficult. So, and again, it's really, people have, questioned me about how do you get so many source marks, and it's easy. You play your daily stuff like we've talked about, play your whatever missions are there for the day, you do all that, right? And then you go through your open world bounties. Even if you are like me and just do it once a week, you're going to gain. If you go through tier 5, you go through tier 6, you go through tier 7, you're going to earn over 400 source marks. So, and then you just save them for like a month, let's say. And then at the end of the month, you're sitting on, depending on how many you had, that's what, 1,600 source marks. And you really didn't do anything all that difficult, honestly. So, and then, like I would say, once you get past that, then you can focus on, and you've done your dailies for the day, you've done your stabilizer fragmentation, you checked your daily rewards, you've checked all your stuff. You do the stuff that you should be doing every day, your event stuff. Come into the Omnibus, do some raids. If you don't feel like doing a raid, do some alerts. If you don't feel like doing that, do some duos. Because again, it's easy couple source marks, it's easy pieces of gear, especially if you need to level up. So really, really, really try to, especially if you're looking for source marks, getting gear, and especially now with the Nth Metal event going on, do your open world bounties. I cannot stress that enough. And do your omnibus. Because like I said, omnibus is going to be very important too, especially when I need to do these myself. But again, you get that extra cash gear, random catalyst, compound omegas, tokens of merit, piece of gear, random base item. And a lot of times too, especially if you do like your first couple, if it's just a random base item, let's say it's from the Starro episode. A lot of times, collecting that one base item, they'll send you the old feats for that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's easy feats, it's easy source mark, it's easy gear, it's an easy way to level up. Really, there's no cons about it. So if you're looking for an easy way to level up, you're looking for an easy way to get your source marks, easy way to maybe get some base items and stuff, that's the way to do it. And I'll even open up one of these just to show you what's in this large. So we'll take like the Gentleman Ghost thing. So you'll get a piece of gear. I don't need any of those. So in this case, I got a piece of gear, I got an exobyte, and I got a catalyst. The catalyst you can use for the head augments, and you can use this to level up those augments as well. So this is this is the actual XP that you use to level up your augments, and then when you're ready to break through at a certain level, you use the catalyst for that. So again, just make sure, folks, that you're doing, for the love of God, that you are doing your open world bounties, that you're checking the omnibus, that you're doing the omnibus. Like I said, if you've got nothing going on and you've completed your weekly bounties and you've done all your daily stuff and you've done your events, do the omnibus. Easy way to get random stuff and get your source marks up, and then you save them for a while. Like, you remember how I did. I saved my source marks up to 3,000, and I bought a bunch of styles, and I earned like 15 skill points just by buying a bunch of styles. So it's easy peasy. Yes, it's a grind. Yes, it may take you a while. Like I said, it took me an hour and a half to 2 hours, and that was even with like a decent group running all of the bounties together. But it can be done. You just gotta grind a little bit, put some time in, but it can be done. You don't have to spend money. So to me, it's worth it. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you so much for you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Need your help. So please, like I said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. That would be a great benefit to me and help your boy out. And until next time, guys, see you soon.